there. So it's been a hot minute since I made any sort of video. If you don't follow me on any other social media, it probably looks like I've just dropped off the face of the earth for the last couple of months. And if that is the case, if that's how you felt, surprise, I'm still here, and I'm sorry if that's how I've made you feel. There were a couple of things going on in tandem. They happened all at once at the same time, and I didn't quite know how to handle it. In retrospect, I should have stayed here and made this exact video, but I chose to take a step back, and because of it, I took my first real break from YouTube for the first time in like 7 years. For the last couple of months, I've just been back in the real world, just trying to focus on people who I know outside of the internet, and it's done me a world of good. I really can't wait to come back properly and make videos for you. I have a brand new series planned. It's hopefully going to be extremely good. We're going to start filming it in a couple of weeks or so. But I'm aware that or at least I don't feel like I can make a comeback or return, whatever you want to call it, without addressing a couple of things that have happened, these two things that made me sort of take a step back in the first place. So I'm going to address these two things openly and honestly, so that hopefully once I've said my piece on these things, people can choose to take my word for this, like these two things, or not. But ultimately I will have said what I have wanted to say. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Edwin and Karim situation. If you don't know the backstory to this, I'm going to put a video down in the description. It's the video that was made about me by a guy called Edwin in defense of his friend Karim, who in 2014 did some actions that I do not approve of. I didn't approve them in 2014, and if they happened 5 seconds ago in 2019, I would still have the same reaction. I would still be extremely upset, and I would not condone them. So in 2014, Karim was caught asking a 15-year-old girl on Snapchat to send him naked photographs. This allegation was not denied by Karim and not denied by Edwin. In fact, Edwin, I believe, called it creepy and used the excuse he didn't know she was 15. Now, I would call that into question. I would say that if the only real valid excuse you have for it is he didn't know she was underage, you're probably doing something that very much heavily lies on age being a consensual thing, which to me means he fucked up. He did something fucking awful. This allegation came out, there was photographs of this girl's phone. All of these photos are here. Karim was caught asking an underage fan for naked photographs. I made it very clear that I don't condone this behavior, and I wanted people to know that this person was not someone that I affiliated with. He was a close friend of my close friends, but I was not close to him, but I wanted to make sure people knew that I did not find his behavior acceptable. I got very angry. I said a lot of things on Twitter, and I, amongst others, were happy that people could see these things that Karim had done, and I was very happy that people were no longer accepting him in the YouTube community, where he could go on to further abuse his position of power. In 2019, Edwin goes on a video campaign to defend Karim's name, saying some of the things that came out about him weren't true. Regardless of whether those things were true or not true, the thing that I took exception to was the Snapchats asking this girl for naked photographs. That's the thing that I have always been extremely angry about, and I continue to be angry about it. There's some people out there who have been calling me names, or every name under the sun, are completely accepting and say, well, he made a mistake, he was naive, he was younger, all these things. And if that's where you stand on asking a 15-year-old girl who is a fan of your videos for naked photographs, if you're happy to accept that behavior and allow him to return and say, well, he seems really lovely, that's not for me to say is right or wrong. That's up to you. However, for me, I don't condone that behavior, and I got extremely angry when Edwin called out me and other people who also shunned him for his behavior 5 years after it happened in order to try and get us to react. I did react, which I should not have done, and I made an angry tweet towards Edwin, and that is what caused the video to happen. I did not want to be reminded that I had once associated with someone who had done something so horrible, and it took me straight back to the anger anger that I felt in 2014. The one thing I do regret about tweeting Edwin was the fact that I referred to Karim as a waster, because it has since been revealed or reported, or whatever you want to say, that at the time that I knew Karim and believed he was a really, really lazy person, he has gone on to say that he was extremely depressed. Now, if this is true, I don't know. If this is true, then I do know how, debilitating depression can be, and the last thing that anyone deserves to be called for having depression is lazy. If that was the case, I apologize for the language that I used. However, I am not apologetic in any sense for publicly coming out and saying I do not condone asking 15-year-old girls for naked photographs. I think if you have to say, well, he didn't know she was 15, it was a bit creepy, but to me, those are not valid excuses. If they are for Edwin and Edwin's fans or anyone who takes Karim's word or that, fine. But for me, that's my stance. That has always been my stance, and it will remain my stance. If it happened 5 seconds ago, I would probably react just as angrily on that. People have dragged me through the mud for saying I was mean to Karim and I ruined Karim's career. I would say through asking an underage girl for naked photographs, I'd say actually Karim had a say in ruining Karim's career. But hey, apparently there's a wide spectrum, and we're all open to interpretation on where we stand with asking underage girls for naked photographs. So the second thing that I need to talk about is something that has come up numerous times since I mentioned that I have a boyfriend. Back in, I think, like October or November, I first started talking about the fact that I'm in a relationship for the first time in 2.5 years. My face lights up just thinking about it, because I'm just like, I'm so ridiculously happy in my relationship, and I got so excited and so enthusiastic about it that I just wanted to scream from the rooftops, I have a boyfriend, I have a boyfriend. I love sharing my happy moments with people. I love being able to tell people who support me, I'm in love, like I've found someone amazing. But the level of which I shared things, like for instance saying I have a boyfriend but not going into who it is and all this stuff, to the people who have been frustrated by that, I apologize. I apologize for getting that balance wrong, but that is not the main thing that I need to address on this. There was something that people, a conclusion that people came to very early on, where even Edwin decided, they link, which is nice, which even Edwin decided to use as a dig at my morals. This massive thing began to come into question that I was dating a married man, that my boyfriend is actually happily married and I'm like a side piece. So I'm just gonna say this right now, for the first time ever, okay? Yes, I am dating a man who is legally still married. Legally still married. I'm dating a married man. Correctamundo. That's absolutely right. However, they have been separated for months and months before we even met. They were not living together. They had already made all these arrangements, and as my boyfriend and I are together pretty much 24/7, I can tell you firsthand, I have full knowledge of the fact that they are in the process of getting a divorce. People are allowed to move on while still being legally married. People are allowed to separate and then move on before that process finishes, and that's what my boyfriend has done. There is barely a time where my boyfriend and I are not together. Like, we're basically joined at the hip. It's easier to find times where we're not together than when we are together. And throughout all of this stuff that's been happening, everything that I've posted alluding to having a boyfriend or being with my boyfriend anywhere, it's always been run by him. We are a complete team on everything. And we are really, 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 really secure and really happy, despite everything that's being thrown around there. And I hate to see these things being thrown around about this person that I love. What you need to know is my boyfriend and I are in a monogamous, happy relationship. His parents love me like the daughter that they never had. He takes so much care of me. He's so supportive of me and my dreams. I've never felt so intensely loved in my entire life. And for now, that's all that I'm prepared to share. And I do take it on board and completely, fully accept that the fact that I've been so vague and do continue to be a little bit vague about it, I do understand and I acknowledge that, you know, I don't get to sit here and say, oh, poor me, when some things that I have either done or said or not said have led to people making accusations and making allegations and coming with their own conclusions. I fully accept that. But right now, I'm focused on my relationship, protecting the person that I love the most out of everyone on this entire fucking planet. So I take it all. But that's as much as I'm prepared to say. I hope that this video has been helpful in some way. I hope that this can put a lot of things to bed now, and I just want to be able to move on. Thank you so much to everybody who has been so kind and accepting and defending me in terms of me needing some private time, me taking time off for my private mental health and things like that. I really, really appreciate the support that I've had for my new single as well. It's called Cute Without You. It's out right now. I am in the studio writing more stuff at the moment, so keep your eyes peeled. But thank you so much to everyone that has been so patient and so just supportive of me. I know that the vast majority of people just want me to be happy and healthy, and I can tell you that I am happy and I am healthy. So thank you so much for just being by my side throughout all of it, even when I haven't really been here. So thank you so much, and I will hopefully see you all very, very soon. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of videos you'd like me to make. My new series that we're planning to film might be a little bit on the comedy side, so, you know, always sort of going against everything I've ever said ever. But I look forward to filming that and seeing you all very soon. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching and always supporting me. I love you. Thanks so much, and I shall catch you later.